about 12 hours later. It's been one hell of a night. Let me just put it this way. If you're looking for roadside assistance that's outside of the daylight hours, you're not going to find it. Basically, I've been on the phone with Good Sam's from 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. Stranded on the side of Interstate 40 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We couldn't find anybody at all to come out there and basically do a 5-minute job. Now you might ask me, well, why didn't I climb underneath the RV and did all of this, yada yada yada? 3 reasons. First and foremost, if you get it wrong, the damage to your vehicle is basically catastrophic. Okay, and I'm not talking about changing a tire in a regular vehicle. You know, you just jack it up and boom. With RV, it's so heavy that if anything goes wrong, such as it falls off a jack or whatever, that's it. You're screwed. That's it. The damage is in thousands and tens of thousands at that point. And it makes a horrible situation even worse. So the other component of it is the fact that I have internal injuries that I've accumulated after a car accident some years back. So there's just some physical limitations as to what I can and cannot do. And another thing is just, when you sign up for a service, you expect that level of service to kind of happen. Well, that didn't happen. So after a horrible night in which my RV was rocking every second or so, just like imagine just like every time the car drives by, and the sound, the deafening noise of the highway, of all the vehicles just go. Basically, there's 4 lanes of traffic heading one way, 4 heading the other way. Plus, there's vehicles merging onto the interstate. And so there's this wall on this side and stores on that side and, highway medium over there. It is just deafening all through. I barely slept, if you could call that sleep, really. This morning, I got a knock. Now, I was promised by Good Sam's that they were going to call somebody. Right? That apparently at 7 o'clock, they were going to have a vehicle out there to basically fix my situation. Well, that didn't happen, right? So I'm on the phone with them. They're like, yeah, we're gonna find some. Again, the same bullshit story. Got a knock on the side of RV. A road patrol. There's a guy with like one of those service vehicles, and he is like, hey, I'm here. I could do it right now. I work for tips, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna ask him twice. Well, he doesn't have to ask me twice either. That decision was just match made in heaven. Basically, he did what he had to do, and I was on my way. Of course, once I started heading on my way, I started getting phone calls, be like, hey, we finally found somebody. Nevertheless, so here I am in a town called Moriarty, New Mexico. I'm at the point where this is where I was supposed to spend the night. I have to get my spare fixed. Here's the caveat. There's tons of truckers out here. I'm afraid to leave my spot because it's so difficult to find the parking space where you don't have to back in like a semi. On the other side of the highway, through an interchange and all that stuff, there's a few tire repair shops of where I would need to drop off my tire for them to fix, assuming they could fix it today. Not a good situation to be in, obviously. So, yeah. As evident by the fact that this is the second spare tire that I've had to use on this trip, it is kind of sort of necessary to have a spare tire that's in operational condition. So, on top of it, also have to work. So there's that. Sleep deprivation and all this other stuff. So we'll see how the day goes.